Okay. Hi, my name's Helen Richards. I'm a textile artist, textile designer. I live in Bendigo, Victoria, in Australia. And I have made an exhibition called Meditations on a Fragile Planet, which is now being exhibited in Exhibit B in Bendigo. And the work is related to climate change and the fragility and the delicate beautifulness of our quite unique climate, and that the ways that I've interacted with my direct environment on my walks with my small dog. Every day we go for a walk, and some of the trees are flourishing, some of the summers are hot, some of the summers are extraordinarily wet, and there are clouds and mosquitoes. Um, some of the summers and winters are quite changeable. People talk about them as this isn't what we usually expected 20 years ago. And this is a common theme. We talk about the weather, we talk about how it is different. And especially in most recent times, the extreme weather events from heats to fires to flooding to events where they are larger than the human. They are often more overwhelming than just us. And in many cases, this project was actually born out of the 2019 fires. Now, Bendigo wasn't directly involved with those fires, of course. Gippsland and then up through New South Wales were hit. But it was something that had a profound impact on me, as with thousands of other people in Australia, where we watched news across days and weeks and months of these fires. And this project of 100 pieces of work was, in a way, born from that feeling of I need to mark, in a way, a point in a time. And the 100 pieces of work seemed to me to be a significant endeavour to mark something that is significant. Climate change is, if not the first, or at least one of the major challenges that we are facing at this point in time and will face for the next however many years. And a series of works that explore an engagement with an environment that is both simple, because these works are quite small. They also are very delicate. They're made of fabrics. Fabric is basically, it interacts with an environment. If you have fabrics affected by the sun, they are affected by moisture. They're affected by literally physically, they'll stretch. If you have a wet day, your fabrics will stretch, they'll absorb, they reflect, they react to the environment they live in. And these pieces are also use technology based. The imagery is actually used photographic means. Well, there's imagery of natural pieces in the natural environment, leaves, nuts, flowers. These are not photographs of a piece of the natural environment. These are such as a branch with leaves on it. They're put on the flatbed of a printer. So they're an immediate reproduction of that piece of an environment. A branch that has fallen from a tree because there's been a thunderstorm the night before, I can pick up and use that as part of these works. Then the photographic, what appears to be photographed parts of the work are then re-embellished and worked on, and then they become the core symbol in the center of these works. I think some of these works reflect both my sense that things are going to be positive. There are work, people are taking care, people are engaging, and in some cases the works are quite dark and have a level of despair. And in these works, there's not the whole 100 on display, but there are 70 small ones and 4 large works, that the pieces are, they're looking at, different aspects of the environment that I've walked through, but they're also using quite iconic symbols, such as the Red Cross, which is an iconic symbol for help and assistance and crisis. It's also an iconic symbol in patchwork, and I'm a patchwork maker, and it's called the 9 square block. So it's an archetypal, very old block that's been made by thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people over hundreds of years. And it's one of the things that little kids start with when they're starting to make patchwork. They start with a 9 block. It happens to form a cross, 3 squares along, 3 squares down, and the center is, if you change the color of fabrics, is a cross. And that's actually a significant symbol for me, and I think a significant symbol for representative of the crisis that we are living in, that there needs to be work done, and this is not something for the next generation to do. It's for us to do what we can, and sometimes what we can is to actually take notice. Maybe we don't need to do anything more than take notice. So the works are delicate, and they actually require you often to stand quite close to them and to look at them, and in many ways they are a meditation for a certain moment in time to reflect on the environment that you live in, that I'm sure is both beautiful and understandable at some points and very ununderstandable at others. So this is my project. It's coming now to a conclusion, and I hope you enjoy it. It's been a wonderful experience for me to produce these works, and I have learned a great deal about both textiles, which is something that I love and have loved all through my life, as well as creating art in a series, which is a wonderful and amazing project just in itself. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for your time.